Hey, I'm the Madcap Artist. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back, or whatever. So, in case you didn't watch my last video, a few things to address. I got a new camera, Prime Day sales or whatever. And, I'm actually about to head out soon. So, I got a little paint slathered on my face. So, I just found out about this today, and I feel like I have to react to it. First off, Clipse rose from the grave. Like, it's been 16 years. It's been 16 years. I was talking to my dad today. I was like, yeah, you remember Clipse? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, they came out with an album. And he was like, oh, that's cool. He's like, I used to play that for you in the car when you were a kid. I was like, really? I don't remember. I don't remember, buddy. So, yeah. So I just thought it'd be cool to react to a song, Chains and Whips. Like, okay, fire title. And here we got the activist, the rapper, the boogeyman, the creeper crawler, bettttt, Kendrick Lamar. Pew, 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 pew. Kendrick Lamar. Right, Kendrick Lamar. If I were to make a tier list of favorite lyrical rappers of all time, to me, okay, in my opinion, Kendrick Lamar would be in there because he is so current. He's consistent. He's current. He is the it man. He is here today, live, well, thriving, and constantly making impact. Okay, Lamar is extremely impressionable. He's iconic. And, let me stop because this is not Kendrick Lamar's song. All right, this is Clipse song. I'm excited to hear that rap isn't dead, there's that as well, like rap, you know what I'm saying? And I have my fair share of history with old school hip hop, just a lot of stuff from 90s, maybe like early 2000 types of beat. So, so we're going to get into it, we're going to react to it, we're going to listen to it. And I'm just really excited to hear what they've been cooking in the lab. I know there's a whole album coming out, If y'all want, I can react to the whole album, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, we're just going to react to this song. Let's get to it.
Nigga, you must be sick. All you talk about is just get rich. Choke my neck, nigga, and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips.
This is culturally inappropriate.
I literally just got goosebumps. Oh my god, talk about it. Just talk about it. Oh my gosh. Alright.
You run from the spirit of repossession. Too much enamel covers your necklace. I buy bitches, you buy in sections.
Why did I hear, who did I hear? Kanye West. I just heard that, like, that otherworldly type beat, and then the inflection in his voice. For some reason, I just heard Kanye.
You buy watches, I buy collections. Misery's fueling your aggression. Jealousy's turned into obsession. Reality TV is mud wrestling. Some sign checks I know better than. Beware of my name that there's delicate. You know I know where you're delicate. Crush you to pieces, I hum a breath of it. I will close your heaven for the hell of it.
Okay.
You think it'd be valor amongst veterans. I'm watching your fame escape relevance. We all in a room, but here's the elephant. You chasing a feature out of your element. And those lab diamonds under inspection. The question marks block your blessings. It's no tombstones in the desert. I know by now you get the message.
I'm really curious as to who they're talking shit about, you know, because what kind of beef is going on in that 16-year hiatus? You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure they've been in interviews. You know, I just haven't seen them since, you know, recently. But, you know, I want to know what the hell is going on, you know?
Said, nigga, you must be sick. All you talk about is just get rich. Choke my neck, nigga, and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips. It don't take much to put two and two. Your lucky streak is now losing you. Money's dried up like a cuticle. You're gasping for air now. It's beautiful.
Damn.
John 10:10, that's my usual. Mamas is falling out in funerals. And bombing blows, they now viewing you. They never find the guns, but the sewers do. Bubbles was sick, he need medicine. Brought him back to life, now he dead again. Riches don't make
Oh, that beat. That noise in the back. That tune right there is really nice.
Presidents, just a million trapped between skeletons. This the darkest that I ever been. The diamonds make you taste peppermint. You ain't thriving in the snow like it's the revenant. And send orders back down to keep shoveling. Uncle said
There is a specific vibe you get from old school rap, and it's like hateful. You know what I'm saying? But in like the best way. And I'm not saying we need more hate in this world. But that specific vibe, that really like gritty, like hate type heavy vibe, I really like that. It feels real. Nowadays they say like out of pocket stuff, like rappers say stuff like, you know, that will insinuate certain things. And I feel like they're trying to come off like this persona, and I'm sure some of them can back it up, but come off with this persona like, you know, I got killers or whatever. But it's so like, it has such like a modern feeling to it. It just feels soulless, and for some reason old school rappers hate feels soulful. You know what I'm saying? You know, Kendrick Lamar, you really felt it in you know, his disses towards Drake. That like that old school hate, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I'm feeling here. You know what I'm talking about?
nigga, you must be sick. All you talk about is just get rich. Choke my neck, nigga, and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips.
Oh, he ain't talking to me. What the hell? He ain't not talking to me. Ah! Kendrick! Yeah. Let me hear what he got.
Candidate to vibe with. I don't fuck with the kumbaya
No, you don't.
shit. All that talent must be God sent. I send your ass back to the cosmics. The things I seen under my eyelids. Kaleidoscope dreams, murder and sirens. Let's be clear, hip-hop died again. Half of my profits may go to Rakim. How many Judases that let me down? But fuck it, the West Minds, we right now. Therapy showed me how to
I've heard
open
him
up.
speak about therapy before in his verses, which is like a flex for real. Like, go to therapy, y'all. Like, some of y'all really need it. Some of y'all really need it. And what is more of a flex? I sound like a teacher. What is more than a flex than being emotionally competent and being together? But it's true. It's true. And it's about getting your thoughts in order, you know, knowing what to say. And, you know, it gives you confidence, you know what I'm saying? Because you know yourself more.
It also showed me I don't give a fuck. The two-time Gemini with the genocide. I'm generous, however you want it. I'll be the gentle kind. Gentlemen and gangsters connect. The agenda of mine. Move niggas up out of here. This shit get gentrified. Heavy jeans like Genovese. I drop your Pentagon, then show up at your gender reveal. And tell them, give me mine. I'm son niggas, I am the general. Wear my gin and juice. Every song in the book of Genesis. Let the sonics boom. Niggas want the tea on me. Well, here's the ginger root. I generate residuals, bitch. Get off my genitals. They say I couldn't reach Gen Z. You fucking dickheads, you must be full let that chin sing. Here comes the chinks, yeah. They genetics been synthetic, screaming they genius. A finger wave, they all fall. Niggas is Jenga. God gave me light, a good year full of free will. Trump card, tell me not to spare your life.
Okay. Y'all, you know, something that I noticed, okay? When it was like the Drake verse, you know, the Boogeyman, was that like these youngins were flooding in and like, you know, saying that, you know, Drake like won because like maybe it was his beat or something like that, or you know, maybe his tone of voice, I guess, was more like relevant to this year, like what everyone else is doing. What they fail to realize and what they lack in here, like the brain cells, is what Kendrick said. And it quite literally takes the bare minimum IQ to understand like what Kendrick Lamar said. And you know, these youngins just, a lot of them, not all of them obviously, a lot of them just don't have that. They just don't have that. Like, they're too underdeveloped mentally. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so I really felt that what Lamar, you know, was saying there. Love it. Love it. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna look at some lyrics real quick and just see what is up. First, we can look at the chorus because that's really important. Uncle said, you know, you must be sick. So they're probably talking about Uncle Sam, right? You know, there was a certain Uncle Sam during the Super Bowl, you know, as some of us remember. And then here it says, all you talk about is getting rich. So sickness of wealth, right? And then here, choke my neck and ice my bitch. So they're saying, now Genie says here, it says, you know, like, you know, sensual actions, and then, or reference to jewelry, or reference to form of racial terrorism that was used against African Americans in the 1830s, you know, or form of subverting the expected, as usually one would ice their neck and choke their bitch. Okay, I don't know what that last one means, but you know, the double insinuations, the triple insinuations, you know what I'm saying? I really like that about rap music. And then beat the system with chains and whips. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm reading the annotation here, and it's funny because you know, like a person was loving it when they edited this because it was like crazy wordplay here. First off, the whole. First off, okay. So obviously they mentioned slaves. You know what, you know, happened in America. Here it says, you know, Pusha T, you know, has risen to high level of wealth and power. He's claiming he's overcome systematic structural racism by accumulating wealth. So like chains, you know, like jewelry, things like that. It also mentions here about like fashion, which I didn't know Pusha T was really into that. I know Pharrell was, or is. This is culturally inappropriate. That line right there. This could be a theme for the album's productions. The use of cultural religious samples. And this line is also the intro for Ace Trumpets, the lead single for Virginia rap duo Clipse' fourth official studio album, Let God Sort 'Em Out. What I do know is that, you know, they're just going against the grain. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're talking about, you know, they're talking about real shit. I really like the beginning of Pusha T's verse. You run from spirit of repossession. Too much enamel covers your necklace. I buy bitches, you buy them sections. You buy watches, I buy collections. Misery's fueling your regression. Jealousy's turned into obsession. Reality TV is mud wrestling. Like, that is insane. Like, that that goes hard for sure. Malice, second verse. He mentions John 10:10. That's my usual. John 10:10 reads, the thief devil comes but to kill, steal, and destroy, but I, Jesus, come so that you may have life and life for more abundantly. So Malice could be applying to reflect on the rap game as a spiritual battleground between what kills your soul, fake fame, violence, greed, and what gives life, purpose, truth, art, connection, and faith. Now Kendrick Lamar. Okay. We're in a clique. Kendrick in here talks about how hip hop has died again. And Nas, made a similar proclamation in the mid 2000s, which, Nas, is on this album. So, uh, one of my favorite albums of all time is a Nas and Damian Marley collab. So I really want to hear me some Nas. I gotta react to that song for sure. He says, "I, son, those guys. I am the general, where's my gin and juice?" So he's dissing Drake here, how he sunned Drake in the 2024 beef, all about hiding a child and whatnot. And then I am the general is a flip of one of Drake's line. So he's basically stripping the title from Drake. And then, Drake made that one line, talking about how Kendrick is like that, trying to be the black savior or whatever, whatchamacallit. He said something like, "We know you like to put gin in your juice," you know what I'm saying? And then he told Drake to like fetch Gatorade or something and all that mess and whatnot. But, Kendrick right there is claiming that, like, give me my gin and juice. Like, sit down. Okay? Kendrick says, "They want tea on me. Now, here's the ginger root." And, tea is sweet, tea is light, tea is haha. Ginger root is strong, to say the least. And it's to, solidify the fact that Kendrick is only here to give you the hard truth. You know what I'm saying? To give you that's tough to swallow type shit. And then, to end it off on Pharrell, he says, "Oh yeah, when things get dark and your numbers get called and you look side to side like, what did they say? And it ain't the Lord's voice. And then you realize that the devil is talking to you." That's crazy work. He's saying when the fast life catches up and death feels near, it ain't salvation calling, it's temptation, consequence, and guilt. It ties the whole song together, how it reflects on material obsession, all those things like that. And, it just makes me think about, it makes me think about that one photo Drake just dropped. With his, Amazon shipped fast day delivery abs that he's just received. And, the 100 bottles of, tequila or whatever the hell it was in front of him. That man is a personification of the fast life, a poser. You know what I'm saying? So, I just think it's really funny and the references that they made here, and I'm just really excited, honestly, to hear that one song that Nas featured on, and to just sit down and listen to the entire album. Honestly, I might listen to it, with my dad. I think that would be super cool. But yeah, all right, I'll head it out. I will see you guys next time. Peace.